Hey folks, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Civilization 6. I know it's been a long time since we last played this game on the channel, but now that Civ 7 has been announced and will hopefully be getting released later this year, I'm really feeling the pressure and the urge to jump back into this gaming franchise and try to get good again. And by that, I mean I want to be able to play on Deity and win semi-consistently. We've done it before on the channel, but my win rate isn't good enough, so I really want to get a lot of practice. Now, we did play Civ 4 on the channel a few days ago. That was just for the lulz. But the reason I'm playing Civ 6 instead of 5 is I am assuming this game will have the most mechanics that will translate directly into Civ 7. If I can train my mindset to play this game well, I'm hoping I'll be in a very good position to deal with the new installment. So let's go ahead and set up our game on Deity. I do want to play probably on a continents and islands map, and I like setting this to a wet rainfall and a new world age. This is going to reduce the number of deserts and increase the numbers of hills and mountains. It just kind of makes games kind of fun. I don't know, it's just kind of something Potato McWhiskey told me about a while ago, and I like playing with it, I don't mess with it. And as far as our leader, there have been a lot of new leaders added into the game with the leader pass since the last time I played. I mean, I haven't played with most of these guys. Did I see Elizabeth up here? I did. Hello. Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England? Yeah, she seems pretty good, actually. For Civ 4, we played as Victoria. Ooh, there is a second Victoria, the Age of Steam, a Vicky 3 crossover that no one knew they wanted. Perfect. Oh my god, her bonuses are amazing. We're playing with Victoria. This seems great. I'm not going to turn on any other game modes. I will play with some mods, but they'll only be for UI. No balance changes. Let's begin. Okay, right off the bat, this is a start that intrigues me. Sugar? Okay, a sugar game, huh? So 5 food tiles available right off the bat, plus some rice nearby. Bit of stone, some production. You have fresh water. Is there anywhere we want to move? We could move to the sugar, but if I do that, I'm losing my fresh water. Plus, I wouldn't have any other great tiles to work right off the bat. No plains, hills. I mean, there is one right here. I guess we could do this, but again, we lose our fresh water. Is there any reason to move closer to the river? Well, there is a volcano. I don't know about that one. Maybe. I think we're just going to settle in place. You can move. I mean, obviously, the first 2 turns, if you're willing to move around and settle a better location, it's worth it in the long run. But for us, I think this is fine. And right off the bat, we are going to grow in 3 turns on standard speed because of 5 food. That is ludicrous. Let's go ahead and plan on at least a couple of scouts, or at least 1. I usually like to go for 2, but that doesn't always work out. And I'm going to get animal husbandry because I want to reveal horses. Why? Let's talk about some of these benefits I'm kind of excited about here. We have the Age of Steam, 10% production in cities for every industrial zone building. That could get to 30% toward the late game as you get your workshop, factory, and a power plant. So this is going to be amazing production scaling. Plus, 2 production for all strategic resources, and that includes horses and iron. So we might be able to get a very early game production lead and then keep that for the entire game. This is amazing. I love production civs. This might be the best I've ever seen. We also have the Workshop of the World, which is true for all English players. Iron and coal gets extra resources, faster military engineers with more charges. Buildings with power get extra yield. That's amazing. 20% production toward those industrial zone buildings synergizes amazingly here, and then our harbors are a little bit better. Plus, we have the Sea Dog and a special dockyard. The only thing Victoria is missing that I don't like is no red coat. That is a unique infantry unit that is exceptionally powerful, but I don't have it. So, what kind of a victory condition can I go for with Victoria? I don't know, but we're going to have the production to choose whatever we want, and I call that good enough. Hello, we found a city-state, and we are the first. Okay. A little bit of extra science right off the bat. That is very, very handy. Thank you kindly. Obviously, the first thing I want to do is sort of start scouting out the map a little bit. I'm looking for some new settling locations, get a feel for the land, meet more city-states if possible, and also prevent those barbarians from spawning. If there's anything that kills me in these games, it is absolutely going to be the barbarians, or an early rush from the other players. That's my number 1 reason for losing in this game. I kind of want to make sure that I get enough of a military to make sure we're going to be okay. I mean, to that extent, I mean, do we want to go for a second scout or do I go directly into slingers? That's kind of the hard trade-off. If I don't get a second scout, I usually find that I don't get enough era score to stay out of a dark age. So we might go for a second scout, but we'll play that one by ear in a couple of turns. Let's just sort of see what else we are working with. By the way, we're already almost size 3, and it is only going to be turn 9. That is so good! Also, we have horses! Yes, alrighty. So this is going to be an amazing amount of production soon enough. Now, can I use the builder immediately? What would I use it on? One farm and nothing else. I think I am going to go for a second scout. And as far as my tech, do we want to go for mining for the quarry, or do we want to go for pottery and irrigation to get the sugar? I think I'm going to end up doing mining first, though I think both could be quite good. Let's move up to the north, find out what else is around us. I need to find out if there are any mountains nearby. What I'm not seeing here are any good campus locations. Not yet. All I know I'm going to be able to do is place down really good industrial zones, probably some really good commercial zones. More horses, there we go. And a tribal village. But I don't know if we can go for culture or science. I see a mountain over here. Let's find out what this is. Oh, we got a relic. Alrighty, what do we have here? That's going to be a lot of faith. Oh, we are going to be getting a Pantheon early. That is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Still no sign of barbarians yet. That's hopefully going to be fine. I want to find out what else is over here. Okay, there are more mountains this way. I think there's a mountain right here. Might extend here too, or maybe this is a mountain pass. So there's some potential campus stuff over here. That might work for me. And another pretty good settling location down over here. Spices, sugar, some maize. I mean, you don't really care as much about the bonus resources usually. But I could see any of these tiles over here being a pretty good city location. I could see a really good one being over here to take advantage of the horses. Another one down here to take advantage of all the sugar plus a bunch of other good resources. Yeah, there's a lot of options here. We might be able to construct some amazingly good cities. Mining is done. Let's go ahead and start working toward, I guess, irrigation. We could go for bronze working to reveal the iron a little early. Tempting to find out what else is around, but we're not settling the second anyway. All right, so there's a good campus location here. Yeah, this might be the best one I've found so far. Right next to a volcano scares me, but it might be a good option for us. I'll go for craftsman. I probably want to get a builder up and running immediately after the scout. And we don't need God King. Normally I would because I like getting the extra faith, but we're not going to. Let's go for the production. And I still haven't found barbarians, but you know they're coming. So let's go ahead and get the discipline up and running. Oh, even more horses up here. This is so good for me. Wait, I didn't set this to an abundant resource start, did I? I don't think I... barbarians. I don't think I did, but it seems really good. So did I go for a military unit? No, I'm going to go ahead and start with that builder. 7 turns to go ahead and knock one out. We're still on our way to getting up to population 5 so quickly. Can I get a little bit more production? I could. It would shave off 2 turns. You know, I'd rather get the production at this point rather than the growth. We're growing fast enough to the point where we're about to get housing capped. Let's go ahead and get that builder up and running. That'll let me start upgrading a few things, and we can get more housing that way so we don't cap out our growth unnecessarily. Darn it. Okay, a galley over here, our quadrireme is not good. I wanted to sit here in order to kill the barbarians, but now I can't, so we're going to have to back off until I get myself another unit. Finding the coastlines. Okay, so looking for more settling locations. Another river up here would be nice. This desert is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But if I had to take a guess... Let's go ahead and use the pins mod to start thinking about where I'd place down some cities. I'm thinking right here could be a good spot. We'll play around with that and think through some district options. There's a floodplain here, so a dam is possible. Are there any other dams? I don't think I see floodplains anywhere else. So a dam would be here, which can only be placed in this tile, or this tile. And that can have a big implication for my industrial zone. If I were... to place a dam here, an aqueduct here, and the city on the sugar, I could place an industrial zone right here and it'd be amazing. Alternatively, we place the city over here, but if I do this, I kind of kill my ability to settle down on the coast right next to this, unless I move all the way to the spices, which is an option. Okay, so we'll think about that. I'm going to place another tack kind of right here, and we'll just think it through. Pantheon is already up. What do we want? Look at those horses, by the way. 3 food, 3 production, and it's not even improved. That's a 6 yield tile. Oh my god. All right, what do we want here? We could go for religious settlements and get an immediate settler. I mean, I like this. I do like going for an immediate settler, but what else could be good here? God of Craftsmen would get me even more production and faith from strategics. Ooh, and we already know we have a lot of horses. And strategics, I'm going to be selling next to them all the time. Like, all the time I'm going to get more of these strategics. I'm really thinking God of the Craftsman might be our pick. I like religious settlements. It's really good. It is top tier. We probably got the first Pantheon in the game. But, oh, I think that the craftsman might be the way to go. It's just such a fun synergy. Let's do it. This is going to become a 7 yield tile in just a moment once this recalculates. Okay, there's our builder. Let's go straight down to the horses. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is upgrade... Well, actually, I'd love to get a bonus for irrigation. Maybe horses, rice, sugar. I think that's what we will do with our 3 charges. And then now's a good time to go ahead and start getting some slingers. The barbarians have been leaving me alone so far, but you know that's not going to stay that way. Plus, I wouldn't mind getting a slinger up over here and killing this barb camp. That would be a very good way to get myself a boost towards archery. Get the horses. We have... Oh, look at that. 3, 5, 1. That is such an amazingly good tile at this stage of the game. Do we go for another slinger? No, I'm going to go straight into another settler. Let's go ahead and start sending the slinger over here. This is risky because I'm leaving myself open right now to get attacked, but I really think that getting another settler up and running quickly is good. It is turn 23. I would like to have 3 cities by turn 40. That is kind of optimal. Doesn't always work out that way. Oh, Scotland. Ha! Of course, England and Scotland are on the same continent together. Yeah, this is going to go over really well. Honor to meet you. We'll sample your hospitality. Sure thing. We get a boost for writing. And I want to send you a delegation immediately so that we hopefully have decent relations. It won't stay that way, but yeah, let's try not to get into too much early aggression. Oh, we can actually clear out this camp right now. Ooh. I kind of wanted to use a slinger for this, but we're just going to go ahead and do it. Bird in the hand versus 2 in the bush. We get a boost towards our military tradition. We meet Khmer, I think is who this is. Yep, that's right. Honor to meet you. We'll sample your hospitality. They're right here. All right, so AI's to my west and to my north. I don't know what's over here, but this area is huge and a lot of good settling opportunities, I think. Get a promotion for my warrior, take the battle cry, worth it, and now what? Bronze working? Or writing? If I go for writing, I have nowhere to place a campus right now, that's great. If we get started next to the mountain, maybe. I think I'll go for bronze working early. If we can kill some more barbarians, great. Let's swap off of craftsman, by the way, and go to foreign trade. We're about to upgrade a 3rd tile. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a 3rd barbarian. I don't know of any additional camps yet. We should start getting closer to home. Maybe do a little bit of fog busting in a few spots, because if I can prevent some of these barbarians from getting close, that would be ideal. Oh, and we found Mogadishu. Guarantee I haven't met them first. No. All right, what do you want? Great scientist. I think that is unlikely to happen. There's craftsman. All right, what policies might I want to change? Faster production towards more builders? Yeah, I mean, this would let me start ramping up some of the production to get my 2nd city up and running early. Could go for Agoge as well, just to get faster production on units. I don't need God King still. I like the 1 production, but I think this will save me a lot more, and I'll probably build a builder next after the settler is done. I don't know that I need to do that, but that's what I'm going to try for. We need to start thinking about where the next settler is going to go. I need to play around with some pins. I can't actually place the aqueduct here. It would be the wrong direction. I'd have to place the city on the opposite side. I think if I can't place an aqueduct here, this kind of changes the equation a little bit for me. I can't get rid of the sugar. You can't place a district on this as far as I'm aware. The city we could, but that is it. That's unfortunate because the dam can only go in these 3 tiles, and if this is out, that leaves only one of these 2. And that makes this a little bit difficult for city placement in a way that actually lets me take advantage of an industrial zone. Like if I could have placed these the way I wanted to, what I could do is place this here, and it'd be a +7. Because of the dam, the aqueduct, and 2 strategic resources. That's amazing. But I can't do this. What are my other options? I could place down a commercial hub instead, but then it's only going to be a +5. And at that point, what's the advantage of putting the city here? I could just get rid of that and maybe place the city on a Plains Hill. That would still be a +5-3. I'd still have the sugar available. I could work that tile. And I'm on a Plains Hill, and I have room to place another city down here. I think that might be the way to go. Look, don't get me wrong, I think this is a perfectly viable location. I just think that I'll be able to fit more districts and get some harbors and stuff and running if I settle down here. I'd like to leave myself this space. Where would I want to put my districts for my capital? Well, I feel like we have to place a campus right here because I need the science bonus. What else could I fit here that would make sense, though? Not much. Can't do an aqueduct. And commercial hub can only really go here. That would leave a industrial hub right here, which is not going to get many boosts. What if I plan on placing an aqueduct right here? I'm not going to get another dam. That's not going to work. But then I could place the industrial hub here. That gets these strategics. We're on the river. So if I wanted to then settle here, get another aqueduct. Okay. Commercial hub, a government plaza, +8. Oh my god. This could be really, really good. It's a little far from the capital, though. This is going to be a little bit weird to pull off. And then I have districts down here. Aside from an aqueduct, what else would I place? Can't get rid of the sugar. It's kind of, once again, in the way. Otherwise, this could be a good spot. But I could do something like this instead. Now, at that point, if I did not place the aqueduct here, I could place the government plaza here. And then set up an aqueduct here, and it becomes this, 6 and 6. That's the same overall amount of production as the 8 and 4 I had before. This splits it between two cities in a way that I think makes sense. This might be also a good option. I mean, at this point, I've spent 20 minutes just staring at the map, but I like this plan, and it's important on Deity to do this. You need to have a few really good cities if you want to stand any chance and win. We got early Empire already on one city. That is impressive. And we really should consider selling my horses. We actually do have a quick deals mod. I consider this to be basically a requirement. So if I wanted to say, let's sell my horses, what would you pay me? 51 gold, 42 gold. That's not a lot. I could use the extra cash to just go ahead and buy some stuff, though. I'll go ahead and accept that deal. Money up front is great because I could use that. Oh, hello. I could use that to buy some settlers and builders and so on. Let's go settle down here first. I like this location with the horses. We'll get very early production. Looks like gypsum is going to be our other luxury here. Okay. And let's start working on a builder. Only 4 turns to get this out the door. How are we doing as far as our tiles? Really good. Still not seeing much in the way of barbarians, which makes me nervous. We're either getting very lucky or it's the calm before the storm. A natural wonder. The cliffs of Dover? Okay, yeah, settling down here is no longer optional. We're doing that. So if I place another city here, it's far enough away. What could I do with this? Well, I do see a really good naval dockyard here. Plus maybe an aqueduct and an industrial zone right here? I don't know. We could also swap this out for a culture site, I think, or I don't know if I don't want a holy site, even if it is right next to this. I don't know. For now, let's go with it. There's even turtles over here. Hello. And more horses! Look, if I'm not a horse lord by the end of this game, I'm doing something wrong. That's all I'm saying. Gosh dang. No, wait, you're okay with this. Good, good, good. He likes that I'm keeping peace. Thank you. Let's stay friends. The English and Scots can be friends, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'm gonna get one more builder. No sign of finding another continent or even more barbarians to kill. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and rush down bronze working even without the inspiration. Which sucks, but I think it's gonna be worth it. Let's settle right along here. Okay, next to a floodplain. We are 1 era score away from a normal age. And I'm gonna go for some monuments. Get some of that culture up and a-running. We don't need this many luxuries. I could try selling it. If I did, we get another 134 gold out of Scotland. I will do that, because with 385 gold, what could I buy? Not quite a settler, but we're close. We'll get the masonry up. That's another Eureka for me. I need to get another arrow score somehow. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but I need it. Another goody hut in the tundra. It's always worth checking down here. The AI doesn't often do it. I got 20 horses. Well, all right. Who wants them? 63 gold. It's not great, but I'll take it. Hanging gardens. Nice, but I'm not going to get a chance to build that. I think we're going to go ahead and get myself 2 additional... Well, no. Do I want to go for another slinger? I want to get slingers because I'm terrified of not having enough military, but at this point... I mean, there's still... Okay, there is a barbarian encampment up to the north. Okay, actually, that changes my mind. We're going to go for another slinger, but then after that, we probably will want to get ourselves another settler and keep going. The faster we settle, the better. Bronze working. We have iron as well! Oh my god. Okay, that actually brings us up to a +7 industrial zone. So that's good. In fact, do I want to just go ahead and buy this tile? Yeah, let's just go ahead and buy the tile right off the bat. And as far as more tech, pyramids would be really cool to build, but I don't see that happening. Let's go for writing. Now, one problem I often have in Deity is I find myself just kind of always just looking at this list and whatever seems cheap and immediately useful is what I go for. In Deity, I think you usually have to go for some intentionality. What am I going to do? What is my win condition? For me, it's going for apprenticeship. So that would mean that I need to get the riding, the archery, the horseback riding currency, and then apprenticeship, all of which make perfect sense. Defense, science, money, horses, because I have those, and then we go for this. Everything else is secondary until we reach that goal. We have iron up and running. That boosts the wheel and iron working. Thank you. And it's a 5 production tile again. Holy crud, London's amazing. We're not building builders anymore. I guess I will take the production in all cities. We need to get early empire, and I want to rush towards political philosophy as quick as I can. For state workforce, I would love to build a specialty district. I don't know if I'm going to get that anytime soon. More iron up to the north. Okay. I did notice... Wow. Can I settle in this area? Hang on, let's check our settlement map. No! Darn! It's just too close to both city-states. Ah! 2 iron right over here. A 3rd over here. Nalanda, I think, is in range. Nalanda's going to get 3 sources of iron? Frickin' heck, I might actually have to conquer these guys instead. So it's turn 43. I am about to settle my 3rd city. That's good. In Sheffield, could work on the monument as well. Tempted, it's going to grow in 3 turns. That's pretty fast. Yeah, I think another monument makes some sense. It's really hard to get enough of my culture, I find, in the early game if you don't go for monuments. Which I often don't like spending the time to do, but it does make sense. Let's go ahead and move over here, and we're going to have to start taking some shots. If he steps out to fight me, that's fine. I'll just clear out the camp. And maybe it's worth getting... Oh god, another settler? 17 turns is a long time, but we could do it. Or I could get a trader and start getting some trade routes. Internal trade routes for roads is good. I'm not going to get a wonder. I'm sorry, I'd love to, but I just don't see it happening. So no. Yeah, let's get a trader just so I can start a trade route, get a bonus there. Otherwise, I would consider maybe getting another one of my builders. And over here, place down a farm so we could start growing faster on the rice, though I will probably remove that eventually. Would it be worth going for more plantations? Yes, let's make this grow faster. Ooh, we actually just got a free trader. Well, then I don't even have to worry about it anymore. Well, where do I want to trade? We could go to Nalanda, start getting a trade route there. I could start kind of getting my internal routes figured out instead. Honestly, I think I'll just stick with what I already had. We got our boost for currency, that's great. Let's go ahead and keep working on this trader. We'll get some internal trade routes. We'll also get some more money generation. It can only be good. Does anyone want to buy my iron? Yeah, Scotland does, but they're not going to pay me a lot for it. Well, it's okay, I guess. I'm really good at producing iron is the thing. He might use the iron to kill me, but I guess I take it for now. Let's go ahead and kill this unit. That's going to finish archery for me. Goodbye. Crap, and a scout observed me here. I think he came from this direction. There might be a barb camp on the very corner of the map. Maybe. Oh, there's a barb camp right there. Crud. All right, that's really far away. All right, we'll bring our units down and upgrade them to archers. We'll need to train some more. We probably can't catch the scout, which means they're going to send a lot of attacks to Plymouth. I think that's inevitable. Look how many boosts I've got, though. We've built ourselves up in a really good way. Horseback riding might save me a little bit when it comes to getting some of these barbarians taken care of. Let's go ahead and pick that up. We have our early empire. Does this change anything? We can get more settlers. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea. And we have our first governor. Well, I think the obvious choice here is going to be Pingala. And we'll put you in London since we have a lot of population in this area. Pingala starts by just boosting up our science and culture in the city by a little bit. We'll also be able to go for some other upgrades, including great people later on. I mean, with the sheer number of industrials... Oh, God, more scouts. Okay, maybe there's another camp somewhere. With the sheer number of industrial zones that I plan on getting, like, we're going to be doing really, really well. Uh-oh, we need to get out of here. When it comes to getting great engineers. I don't see a way around that. And the world enters into the classical era. Okay. I do not have a Dark Age. That's good enough for the moment. Do we want to go for free inquiry? Yes. More arrow score every time we get a Eureka. Plus, you know, science buildings just are worth more. Where else could I settle beyond what I'm already doing right now, though? It's turn 53. We're about to get our 4th city. Might be worth trying to settle another location up over here. There's crabs, wheat, more horses. Yeah, and then maybe up on this river? Staring at the map for another 30 minutes, I think something like this could work. It's not phenomenal, but it's not the worst. We get some harbors and some extra commercial, plus we get some strategics by being near these horses, so there's an okay spot for an industrial zone. No fresh water is the problem, so no aqueduct, no dams, no nothing like that. Over here, I could see this being pretty good, plus a campus location. And up over here, just kind of another middle-of-the-road city. I think one of the reasons I like this is if I could, maybe I could place a coliseum in a location like this and get amenities in all of my nearby cities. I could see that being really, really good. I don't know if we get to pull that off. Got 3 archers. We have a machinery boost. That's going to be great when we do want to move towards crossbowmen. Weirdly enough, I think we go for another settler. I know, we're being really greedy here. I don't have a strong military, but my neighbors are leaving me alone. They're decently spaced away. This is my chance to get a core of 5 or 6 really good cities. And with this, I'd be able to get enough of an industrial power that I could possibly win the game and catch up with the AI. Maybe. So there's the Cliffs of Dover, now in Newcastle. And we get sailing as another boost. Okay, remember that's all free arrow score. Sell the oranges. I love this quick deals mod, by the way. It saves me so many extra screens just figuring out what the heck I'm going to do with my time. And now we can go for a lot of text really fast. I think I'm still going to stick with currency. Get those commercial hubs available. Go for the apprenticeship. And also, Khmer just declared war on Scotland. Okay, you know what? Fight each other, leave me alone. This is good. And we are getting attacked by a barbarian ship over here, which is annoying. I probably have enough money to just go ahead and buy myself an archer, and I will so I can take some shots at it and increase the combat strength of the city. It's just the best I can do for now. Do we promote Pingala, or do we go for another leader like Magnus? I think we are going to promote you just to go ahead and get my culture back on track, because we are very behind there, but that should be worth a lot if I just reset. Yeah, now we're up to 16.3. That's a big deal. So the next settler, we're going to run up over this way, start getting this city set up. The deserts are going to be unfortunate, but I think there might be just enough food and production to get the city going. I don't know. It's pushing it. One more settler, and that, I think, will cover everything I currently had marked. Then we just have to worry about the dang barbarians. Do I want to start building the government plaza? Do I want to commit to this? We could. I mean, 8 turns, it won't give me any immediate benefit is the thing. I think I'll just go for a horseman for now so I can start getting some more military units to deal with the barbarians, because that's the thing that's going to kill me. But yeah, I do think this is a good spot. The government plaza is nice in that it gives extra adjacency bonuses beyond normal districts do. So placing it in the center of a big circle of all these extra districts is pretty strong. If it weren't for the unfortunate placement of the horses and the sugar, we'd take even more advantage of that. All right, do we go directly for apprenticeship? Yes. I need to get 3 mines, huh? That should be doable. You don't have a lot of cash, but this will work. We'll sell this. 72 gold for some horses. Can we sell some iron? Not really. Yeah, okay. What about open borders? Can we sell open borders to anyone? I could for at least a couple more gold per turn. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, there's political philosophy, so we're about to change up our government. We should do that before we do anything else. Question is, do I want autocracy? Extra yields for the government plazas and so on. Yeah. Classical Republic is kind of my personal favorite. If you're going to war, oligarchy is great. I think we could probably get away with a Classical Republic game here. As much as I do like going for autocracy sometimes, I think this is overall going to be the better choice. And to that extent, we're going to go hard on the economy for the moment while I deal with these barbs. Where do we go for the rest of our culture? This is a good question. Defensive tactics would be kind of fun for production toward defensive buildings, and also get the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. I like this a lot. Games of recreation, though, towards the Colosseum. I feel like this might be the play to see if that's even an option for us. I kind of doubt it, but we could certainly try. Finally cleared out the barb outpost over here. Okay, so that takes care of that. We can start pulling back with our units. And I had to delay the settlement up over here for a bit longer because it turns out there's a barbarian just standing in this area. Still, Liverpool, Bristol settled. One more to go, and that's kind of the core states I wanted. We'll start placing down commercial hubs, since those are the ones I have the most immediate access to. And I think I am going to add in the card to make ancient and classical wonders cheaper. There's a chance I want to go for Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, I think. I think it could be very good for me if I can pull that off. If not that, then the Colosseum. Question is where the heck I do it. Mega colossal eruption nearby. Ooh, boy, someone did die. Which is unfortunate since no one lives here, but oh, hello. These tiles are now technically better than they were before. If only I could settle a city over here. Well, I got my 3 mines, so now we have the Eureka for apprenticeship. In 3 turns, this will be done. I'm going to start immediately working on some campuses up over here. I will be doing the same thing probably for London. I know it's expensive, but I'm behind where I want to be in science. We're not as far behind as you'd think. I mean, Robert the Bruce is not doing great, but I'd like to surpass him. And with 7 cities, I'm sorry, set up, we're looking good here. Honestly, this is about as good of a start as I could possibly have asked for. I am very happy with how this has worked out so far. Oh my god. Taruga, 5% science for every different improved strategic resource we have. All right, so this is only 10% science for now as a suzerain bonus. But I'll just go ahead and say that's really quite good for me right now. I'm even getting a lot of gold thanks to all the trades I'm doing with my neighbors, so I can buy out some builders and stuff like that and start building. This is kind of the cool thing we're doing with a lot of money and production. We're going to be able to build up our economy unbelievably quickly, the way things are currently set up. For me, it's more of a question of, once it's set up, what do we do with it? That's the real trick. Sweden! Hello! I usually like to go for a lot of extra science. We can exchange information at this point, that's fine. She's actually way behind. It's Khmer who's running away with things right now from a science perspective. But I now have apprenticeship. What to get next? Good question. We could start working toward our special dockyards. Think that might be fine. Engineering for the aqueducts is tempting, but we got time, because I have to build up these districts and stuff anyway. Let's go ahead and start working towards celestial navigation. That shouldn't take long. Get the era score for having a good academy up and running, so my science is starting to pick up. Not by a lot, mind you, but we're getting there. And in London, I think we want to start placing down those industrial hubs now. So let's go ahead and buy this out. It's not going to be very good to start. This will take time. But as I fill in this ground with so many extra districts, this is going to be god tier. In fact, we'll go ahead and do the same thing up here. Let's go ahead and get started. It's time for those industrial zones. Everyone gets an industrial zone. And the thing is, even if I don't need to build the zone immediately, what I can do is simply place it down, and these districts do scale up in their production cost the further along the tech tree you go. So by simply placing it down, we lock in the price, and then I can go work on other things if I want to. Another governor title available. Do I go to Pingala and start getting even more stuff with him, or do I go for another governor at this point? I mean, Magnus would be okay, but I don't need to expand a lot more right now. I think I am going to stick with Pingala for now. And I could go for the Great People points, but it's going to be a while before that really gets to take off. Let's just go ahead and start boosting up our science with Researcher. And in London, that should be, what, another 7 science or so per turn, so now we're up to 32. Okay, we've surpassed 2 of the other players. And I actually should never have moved for this whole wonders thing here. It's going to be a while before I can do anything with the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. So no, that's not the way to go. Instead, we'll take some great scientist points. I think the next tech to work toward will be feudalism and our civics route, because then I can start going for some farming triangles, so to speak. We'll build the government plaza where I had said we will. We'll start chopping down some trees in order to rush a few of these things. I don't know, guys. I feel like things are turning out pretty good here. This is working for me. Save 10 turns on building up the government plaza by chopping down those trees. Yeah, we lose some production on the tile, but we basically get a lot of stuff up front, right? We get a lot of production up front, and then hopefully using that production, we ramp everything else up so it makes up the difference. By the way, we have already finished by building our industrial zone in London. We could go for the workshop for the production, or we could go for a library. 4 science is great right now, and that also is extra era score. If I can get to a golden age, that'd be perfect. The odds of that aren't, great, but I'll try. And I love being the world's supplier right now for all of the horses and iron. I'm getting so much cash just by making deals with the AI. And this is kind of one of the things that's funny, right, is... Any chance I could do... whatever, it's fine. This is one of the things that's funny is, when I played this game in the past, I don't usually bother with a lot of trade because it's such a tedious thing, but the mod changes everything. It makes it so easy, why not trade nonstop? Heck, I could even start buying some additional luxuries that I don't even have yet. What other tech do I want? So we now have access to the stuff I care about, celestial navigation. We could go for a diplomatic quarter. Petra would be very interesting in at least one of our cities, but I'm start working toward engineering to get those aqueducts, and then maybe we can turn around and do that. If there was ever a good Petra city, like, Manchester has a good chance of this being it. I feel like Petra is often a trap, though. Like, it just doesn't seem to usually work out the way that you want it to. All right, we have another governor title, I think. We could go for Magnus, and I think that's not a bad plan. Where would I put him, though? Sheffield, Plymouth, let's say Sheffield for now, but I might move that around. What does he do? We get extra yields from plot harvests. Like, that's the thing. There's not many places that I'm going to be harvesting right now, so I'm not sure what I want to do with him. We didn't start with a lot of woods. The only thing I guess I have left up here is with Manchester and Liverpool. I guess Liverpool could have a lot. That might be a good spot. And let's make sure we get things like these workshops up and a-running. The reason mostly being that I want to start getting some of those great engineer points. Because at this point, if we can start getting some great engineers, that'd be great. Who do we actually have to work with right now? So the religions are all gone, no surprise there. Looks like we are in the lead to get James of St. George, a great engineer from the medieval era. Build walls in a city. I mean, yeah, it's okay. The important thing is no one else is even close. Same thing with great merchants, by the way. Great scientists, unsurprisingly, I am struggling with, and then all the artists other people will get. So we'll be competing over scientists, but merchants and engineers, I will probably dominate in this game. And in the meantime, I found some islands over here that could also be worth working. Horses, fish, cows, rice, turtles. It's like everything a man could hope for. I'll pick up shipbuilding just so that people are able to actually get onto the water and keep scouting that way. Maybe work my way toward the dam. Yeah, then we could boost up that one industrial district by a ton. And honestly, I think this might be a good place for us to end this video. So as far as a deity start goes, this was really, really, really good. We're catching up pretty nicely when it comes to science and culture. Khmer is running away with things right now, but that's okay. Our districts are going up. We're getting those industrial districts that are going to start getting me 10% boosts in a lot of cities for the moment. Our science is picking back up. Commercially, we are making plenty of money. I just need to get my populations very, very high. Getting the aqueducts will help. We're starting to get housing capped in a lot of these cities. I now have this unlocked, so now is a great time to go ahead and start picking those up in a lot of places, boost up my zones even further, and if I have a really strong core economy, I think that's how we are going to launch into the next era and really start to crush. I mean, it's a medieval era already. I've done a lot of jump cuts here, but I think we're looking really good. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you're looking forward to this series of Civ 6 on Deity. If so, I would ask you hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure that notify bell, and leave any suggestions in the comments. And I will see you guys next time.